Let's take a look at our top selections. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, big card at Penn National on Friday evening. Let's take a look at the field for race number 3. It's the $100,000 Penn Oaks. 3-year-old fillies going a mile. 7 entered. The 2 Midnight Obsession will likely scratch out of this race and run in the opener against older fillies and mares. Honey Pants, the 4. Amalfi Princess, the 6. These 2 horses figure to take the lion's share of the wagering.
Yeah, they're the two shortest prices on the morning line, Dan. It just feels like maybe more than anything else, the 2 of them just might have found the right spot here.
Taking a look at the time form U.S. pace projector, both of those horses can get relatively close to the pace. Orb's Baby Girl does have a bit of early speed. Amalfi Princess is stretching out off of sprint races. She should be forward. Honey Pants can be close. No excuses on this pace projector for the chalks.
No, there's not. And it'll be interesting to see if the one actually does show speed here, Dan. She didn't show speed in her turf debut last time, but maybe she will in this spot. Trips could be very important in this race, Dan, though, because I don't know that, anybody necessarily stands out here.
Orb's Baby Girl, the 1, is 15-1 on the morning line. Like to see Junior Alvarado, a fantastic turf rider, take them out here. He's going to have to move this Orb filly up. She did not do much running in her turf debut back on April the 8th at Gulfstream.
No, I mean, she just didn't really do anything in there, and it was hard to find much of an excuse for her as well. She finished far behind Honey Pants that day. She was the longest shot on the board, and she didn't do any running.
Midnight Obsession, the 2, expected to scratch. We move on to the 3, Dia Love Me, making her turf debut. And as a daughter of English Channel, she should handle it just fine. Solid enough synthetic form. She'll have to improve in her seasonal debut for a Mike Trombetta barn that's heating up.
Yeah, she could be interested in this race, I guess. I mean, it's hard to tell how good she is, but she ran fine in the first 3 starts of her career on synthetic, Dan. She showed she can get the mile 2 starts back. She's off the layoff here with some upside in a relatively nondescript field. There are things to like about this horse.
Honey Pants, the number 4, multiple stakes placed in her career for trainer Christophe Clement. Let's watch her last race. First back off of a short layoff. She's even money dropping into a 1 other than, and she's just sitting off the pace right now in the clear, and she's only able to get up for second. Porqueno was too tough to catch on this day. I don't know, Mike. I've never been a huge fan of Honey Pants, but from a speed figure standpoint and class standpoint, she fits.
Yeah, it might just all be about her being in the right spot here, Dan. She didn't, she didn't knock anybody's socks off there in that race we just watched. I don't think the winner got right to the front. This horse had a perfect trip and couldn't make it close. She might be in the right spot here, but she's hard to love at a short price.
Tick, 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 boom is a maiden taking on winners, a 7-start maiden at that, but it's not like she doesn't have form. She was stakes placed twice last year as a 2-year-old, and I thought she ran pretty well in the Salima over really yielding ground at Pimlico. That was a race where she fell far back. She swung widest in the stretch. She made a run, and she flattened out. They put blinkers on her after that, and while she ran okay, not as well as when the blinkers were off. She's kind of an interesting long shot play, but she needs pace.
Yeah, I felt the same way about her. We'll see what kind of trip she can get in this race, but I won't be surprised if she takes a little bit of a step forward. And all in all, she ran pretty well on turf last year as a 2-year-old, even though she didn't win, Dan, and she was doing it against way better horses. I mean, White Frost, Ingracia, Fluffy Socks. I mean, she was just facing way better horses last year.
Amalfi Princess is the 6, and in some ways she might be the horse to beat because there's a chance she can make the lead. Stretching out in distance for Michael Maker. She's shown some ability as well. Graded, placed on dirt, and in her last turf start back at Gulfstream on February the 25th, she just fell too far back in the early portion of that 5-furlong turf event. Let's watch that race. Amalfi Princess saved ground throughout. Everything works out. She finds a nice big hole through coming through along the rail. She's very game to finish it up, but A, the distance was likely short, and B, she was probably too far back.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, she runs fine in this race. I guess she did make up a lot of ground. So did the winner coming from out of it. The winner's just going to outfinish her at the end. I don't know. She's a lot like the morning line favorite Honey Pants to me, Dan. She's run some good races. She has the figures that say she's going to be tough in here. And maybe she's just found the right spot, but I'm not sure that she's that good.
Marlboro Road, the 7, completes the field. 3rd at Gulfstream, 2 starts back, although I thought she had a really nice ground-saving trip for most of the way and couldn't make up the late deficit. Last time out, she didn't do much at Churchill Downs. This is one that needs to take a step forward.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I mean, there's not one race that she's run so far in her career that makes me feel like I would want to bet her in this race. Although she's going to be one of the longest prices on the board, so that helps.
Top pick time for the Penn Oaks. We're going to go for a long shot. We're going to go for tick, 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 boom. You mentioned the quality of competition she was in against. Boy, she was just very unlucky. When they finally dropped her in for a maiden at Aqueduct, she did catch the aforementioned White Frost, who's very, very good. I don't know. I think her form's sufficiently dirtied up. I think if she comes back bigger and stronger this year at 3, she has an outside chance.
Yeah, that's exactly the way I looked at it too, Dan. I'm not going to add too much of that. Just throw in the fact that I don't really like the 2 favorites. I wanted somebody else. I'll try this one.
Same soup in the Penn Oaks. 5, 4, 6, 7 for both Mike and for me. 100 grander. Nice card at Penn National on Friday. The Penn Oaks race number 3. Best of luck.